Hello guys, and welcome to a third part of tutorials on the channel. So, what we're going to talk about today? Well, as the title states, we are going to discuss a little bit more about HTML, what it is, and why. So these pieces of tutorials actually, are for web programming. We have design tutorials to design apps and web pages and stuff like that, but separate tutorials for programming and C++, C#, and Java and stuff like that, and separate tutorials for web programming, where we're going to use HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, so on and so on. So what this tutorial is all about are that web programming, but we need to cover the basics, what we're gonna do, what languages we learn, and stuff like that. So to begin with a very simple question, what is HTML? Well, meaning of that, what HTML means, it's hypertext markup language. So we use HTML to define the structure of the website, the positioning, the content, every single thing, the header, the paragraphs, pictures, setting them where we're going to want to set them, setting the font, setting the size, pictures, icons, menus and stuff like that. We use HTML to do it, and it sounds really simple, but actually it really is. It's really easy to learn. Why? Because it's practically just a base for you to learn. So key thing with HTML is that it uses tags. Now tags, you open the tag, you write what you want, and you close the tag. Depending on what you want to write, there's the letter in the tag. So for instance, if I want to write an article, so I have a title which is written in a header file and stuff like that, but in the body section I want to create some articles. So opening up the tags with letter P, which stands for paragraph. So in that you define font, you define everything, and then you write the paragraph. However, HTML is not alone. Now, what that means is that consider a website, in the past, or modern website, consistent of parts. HTML is a base, it's a structure. With it, you define raw structure of the document. The texts primarily. If you are, let's say, create a basic website about something, you use HTML to set up the hero photo, the menus, and the text. Preferably a picture as well. But that's it. However, using some other techniques, you can add a lot more things to it. Now, you have, besides HTML, CSS. Now, CSS is, let's say, sort of a presentation of the web page. In the CSS, you set up the design parts. Literally. In the CSS, you write for every specific thing, paragraphs, titles, everything. You write the borders, you write fonts, you write sizes, the positioning, every single thing you write in CSS, which later on can be summoned in the HTML itself, which means you don't have to code design along with every other thing in HTML. You can write your thing in HTML and go to CSS and write the structure there, representational structure, and then call that CSS back in HTML. You're going to save yourself a lot of time separating the things, two of those, and creating more stable, reliable, and more viewable website. Why? Because it's a lot more easier if you have website built out of parts rather than everything put in one place, and then everyone will get confused. So along with HTML and CSS, what, I want to create something more awesome. How about some dynamical moments? Some motion, actually. So what I'm going to use JavaScript. JavaScript it's a raw code. What it does, it defines behaviors. What sort of behaviors? I don't know. I want, when the user scrolls the page, I want at the top of the page, the image, a background image be very clear, but as it scrolls down, it's gonna get blurry, and I want sort of clouds floating on the screen behind the text. You can do it. You can really do it. Write the code for it, paste it in HTML, or just write it along with it, or you can write it separately, which is a lot more easier, like I've said before. And you can have that same dynamic motion in the HTML, which is pretty awesome. Like, really, why not? Yes, however, you know, static pages are more common and more better to use because they require a lot less time to load. Dynamically speaking, about dynamics actually, heavier the page, slower it loads, and you know what? You're gonna lose customers with it, because if the page loads too long, you know, even I would like be something's not right, you know, I'm just gonna close, I'm gonna find someone else. Why? If you know, you're gonna lose customers if the page loads too long. However, you don't even want the page to be entirely static. You want to add some dynamic motions, just don't overdo it. And along with those, we have also PHP. Now, you know what, PHP is, you know, powerful language, which, you know, uses to create powerful apps. And I think we're gonna have tutorials on PHP as well. And it's not that strange. However, a lot of websites provide CMS. It's a content manager system. It manages, like it says, it manages the contents and the things on the websites, rearranging and adding them, reloading and stuff like that. So you can build a website, entire website, and then just give it to someone else, to, I don't know, whatever company you work with, and they can customize it on their own. Yes, a lot of people don't want that because it's, you know, it's really useless, because if I'm gonna sell the product, you know, I know what I'm gonna have on the website and who I'm gonna contact if that fails. But a lot of people, you know, want CMS because of sort of thinking that they can manage the website really well. Some don't, and it just screws up entire website. So to summarize it up, HTML means hypertext markup language, which uses tags. CSS we use to define the design of the website, the colors, the fonts, everything. JavaScript is used for motion on the website. Now remember, you want to keep it clean, you want to keep it simple, but don't overdo it with dynamic motion, because you're going to lose users and a lot of customers. Period. PHP is a powerful programming language which is going to be used for creating powerful apps, and we're going to have those tutorials here. And CMS is a content management system which allows users or companies to customize their own website which you made for them on their own. So this was just an intro for it. We're going to continue with the basics. We're going to cover some theoretical parts. Soon we're going to go straight to the coding, and don't worry, it's going to be really awesome. And in the next tutorials, I'm going to tell you more about the softwares that we're going to use. We're going to use 2 of those, and I think it's going to be rather well. So I'm sorry if the videos are really long and you have to listen to me, but you know what, we have to cover these parts, so I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, and stay awesome. Yeah.